Finally tonight, fair to say that the economic recovery we've seen this year from the COVID pandemic has seen its fits and starts. And businesses here in Western New York are making it clear that the worker shortage is what's holding them up the most. According to the Buffalo Niagara Partnership's Pulse survey of its member businesses that came out today, they put the lack of qualified workers as the #1 inhibitor of growth among other issues we've dealt with, including the closure at the border. So let's talk about this live with Dottie Gallagher, President and CEO of the Buffalo Niagara Partnership. Dottie, we're so glad to have you with us. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Kate.
So first, what did these local businesses have to say specifically about the worker shortage, and what are they going to do about it? What can they do about it?
Well, it is the #1 issue, and I would just say it's not just in Western New York, but really across the country. You know, we knew that there were going to be issues with future labor force even before the pandemic with what we called the gray tsunami of baby boomer retirements, and the pandemic accelerated those retirements. And not only that, quite a few people left the workforce. Many women have left the workforce. We don't know if that's temporary or permanent. We see many people starting their own businesses. Business applications are up. So we're just trying to figure out what is the available workforce that's going to be here when this really all shakes out. I don't have to tell you, if you drive down Transit Road, every sign that used to say buy a cup of coffee says we're hiring. So it's really, really challenging for businesses of all sizes right now.
And you also found that 57% said that they'd been hurt by the border closing this past year. What have you heard about their outlook now that things are opening up again?
I have to say that was a little bit of a surprising finding from my perspective, because the border has been open for essential trade, but this is where you see the impact of all the sort of secondary, going to a hockey game and then getting a beer at a restaurant and just that kind of spending that we're so used to. I think universally we are thrilled that the border is reopened and is reopening in the way it is, which is to say just a vaccination, proof of vaccination is all that's required. So we think it's just in time for the holidays, just in time for the sports season, that we can really get back to being the integrated economy that we've really come to rely on.
And you also looked at the future a little bit here as well. What did you hear from businesses, both in terms of their economic outlook overall, and how has the pandemic changed things moving forward, maybe for good?
Well, I think, when you talk about the worker shortages and not really understanding how much of this is permanent, you see businesses doing things they haven't done before. #1, raising wages. #2, looking in different places. #3, investing in automation, and those things that maybe did not make financial sense before the pandemic do make sense now. But I will tell you, 77% of our businesses said they were going to add new employees. 71% said they're expanding products and services. So I think that's really a healthy bellwether of a good economic future for Western New York. And I'm breathing a sigh of relief. We just got to get more people that are willing to work.
And you talk about the holidays coming up as well. With so many difficulties with shipping and things of that nature, will that help out some of our local retailers and our local shop owners, do you think?
Well, you're hitting on really the other big issue, which is really supply chain issues. And I'm sure, people who are watching who have gone to buy a piece of furniture or to make some sort of major investment, they know they have to wait. And that is across the board. So even local merchants, their supply chains are disrupted. I mean, we've been saying all along, shop local, and I would really encourage people to do that as much as they can and understand that we are all going to be suffering from these supply chain issues for the foreseeable future.
Certainly a conversation we will continue to have, but we'll end it there for now. Dottie Gallagher is the president and CEO of the Buffalo Niagara Partnership. Dottie, thanks again for being here.
Thank you, Kate.
And that's going to do it for the town hall for tonight, but we will see you back here tomorrow at 5:30. If you have a question or a comment for us, 716-849-2220 is our text line. We would love to hear from you.